What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with a brand new season of The Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, before I go ahead and get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys are not yet subscribed, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and have me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, you guys, turning on your post notifications. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's discuss the Real Housewives of Potomac, shall we? All right, guys. Now, let me know what you guys thought about the episode last night. For premiere, it was a cute episode. There were some things that irritated me, but we'll get into it once we get into it. But yeah, again, I definitely do want to know what you guys thought about the episode. And what up, Chuck? How are you doing on this good Monday afternoon? Okay, you say you liked it? I did too, because here's the thing. I know people don't like Stacey, and that's fine, but Stacey had me cracking up the entire episode, and she was staying on Ashley. And y'all know how much I don't like Ashley, and I don't understand why Ashley Darby is even back. But nonetheless, Forehead is back, and we're going to deal with it. You say home from work and brain tired. Shaman is too, and I'm taking a lunch break. Whew. But yeah, this was a good premiere. And then I saw on Watch What Happens Live that Giselle and Lotto were on there. So I was like, okay, it's cute. I like Lotto, but the other one I don't care for. And y'all know that though. Stacey did stand her ground. Stacey stood her ground. And here's the thing that I will say about Stacey. Even though Stacey is a liar, I still like Stacey. Kind of how the same way I feel about Karen. Y'all remember, if I wasn't always the biggest fan of Karen in the beginning, but I grew to like Karen and her lies and her delusions. And I think that that's what Stacey is. Now, I saw people comparing Stacey to Mia. Baby, there is no comparison with Stacey and Mia. Mia was just a pathological liar that wasn't, in my personal opinion. I never liked Mia, didn't see it for Mia, ain't gonna never see it for Mia, right? But hey, that's that. So the episode, now what I will say is I was slightly shocked, but I think I remember people saying that the cameras were there when Karen got out of prison. So Bravo did record Karen leaving prison. So pretty soon we'll probably see Karen probably by the end of the season, which I'm cool with that. Hopefully Karen comes back with some humility and not lying. Speaking of which, did y'all see the teaser for Married to Medicine last night? I'm ready for season. What season we going to on Married to Medicine? Season 12. Felicia says, I'm disappointed in Kiarna and Ashley can kick rocks. Baby, Ashley can kick the hugest of rocks. Because Ashley's full of shit. I'm 4 minutes in, so I can cuss. Giselle and Ashley with this contract lie is ridiculous. Mia, who is that? Like Mariah? I don't know her. Kind of like Wendy gonna be saying, I don't know her, which I don't want to say nothing bad about that girl just yet, but we'll get to her. I'm gonna start up with let's start up with the person who really kind of got on my nerves the most in this episode. And that's gonna be Kiarna. So let me put Kiarna on the screen real quick, because Kiarna kind of got on when I say Kiarna got on my nerves, baby, Kiarna got on my last nerve. So Kiarna is you say yes, is Brandy coming to Married to Medicine? Now I didn't know who that Brandy girl was. Now I did see Angel from Basketball Wives. Was it LA when she was on there? I didn't watch her season, so I don't know Angel like that, but I did see that Angel girl from Basketball Wives. So I'm curious to see her. So we find out that Kiarna, now y'all can correct my memory, but the last time we saw Kiarna at the reunion, right? Didn't she say that her and Greg had broke up and that by February, Greg was supposed to buy her an engagement ring? Correct my memory if I'm wrong. But so suffice it to say, no engagement ring for Kiarna. She and Greg, they're dating, but she lives in her own place and they have no expectations. She said that they went to Jamaica. Now, one thing that I will say positive about Kiarna, besides the fact that she ain't got no damn storyline, is that she and her mom are two beautiful women. She literally has her mother's face, and that is the positive thing that I can say about Kiana. But as far as storyline, girl, I'm not seeing it. Now, I gave you leeway last season because you came into the season late. Well, not late, but they made you a full time housewife towards the end of the season filming and all that kind of stuff. But this season, there's no excuse for you not to really have a storyline in the first. Like, what are we going to be talking about for you for the duration of this season? Well, we're going to have probably like 18, 19 episodes. So, what are we going to talk about, Kiana, for 18 episodes? Oh no, that's not the one. That was Duffy. That was Duffy. Buffy, Duffy, something like that. Buffy. Buffy's the one that Dr. Jackie blurted out that girl had a miscarriage. Oh my God. And Jackie, that's one of the reasons why I still don't see it 100% for Dr. Jackie. Now that was Buffy. So this is a different girl. But they do kind of look alike though. So we also found out from Kiana that she and Greg went to Jamaica to discuss their relationship. Here's the thing. I'm fine with you going to Jamaica on that man's dollar. I ain't got a problem with that. But Kiana, as Chuck said, do better. But you know what? If Kiana likes it, I love it. But she says that she's in therapy. Her mama, however, says that she doesn't like, the relationship with Greg because she didn't like who Kiana was last year in her season of life with Greg. And, you know, it is what it is. I think Kiana can do better than Greg, but maybe she don't think she can do better than Greg. And if that's the case, go on, Kiana, and live your life, baby girl. Do whatever you want to do, and we gonna look at you from a distance because I really don't care. Well, good afternoon, Corey. So let's move on to the next person. So what I'm doing is I'm going by the people who didn't have a whole lot in the episode, and next up is gonna be Wendy. So Wendy didn't have a whole lot in this episode, but at least Wendy has a storyline. Wendy's storyline is Happy Eddie. So we find out that Eddie is going to New Jersey because Happy Eddie has extended from just Maryland to is it Maryland? Yeah, it's Maryland, right? They're in Maryland. So it's extended from one state to three different states. So he's going to New Jersey to look at a plant, and I'm like, okay, cool. If I had the money like that, that is a business that I do want to go into eventually, is the cannabis business, because I know that there is a lot of untapped money in there, especially for our people, because we ain't got to really be doing, we ain't got to be doing you ain't got to be on the corners being D-boys selling it no more. So I would love to I really would look like that is a dream of mine, to get into the cannabis. It is a dream of mine. So I thought it was cute when their son was asking how much Chick-fil-A pays. If you work in the Chick-fil-A, which that's also something that I thought about doing too, is like franchising. But I know with Chick-fil-A, you got to start from the bottom to work your way to a franchise. Because there is money in Chick-fil-A. There is money in the son. I will tell him that there is money in it. Not as someone who was working the cash register, not really, but yeah. Chuck says, Wendy, stop feeding those kids. Those babies hate chicken. Yeah, I agree. I agree. When it comes to Chick-fil-A, they don't see it for a lot of shit. They don't see it for gay people. They don't believe in birth control. I don't understand why people work for the company, because, but hey, franchising is good. It doesn't have to be Chick-fil-A. It can be any other. McDonald's is a Chick-fil-A. McDonald's is a franchisee. You could do McDonald's. You could do a lot of places. There are a lot of places that he can, I think they could have told him about being a franchise owner, because there's the money is in being, owning a franchise. When it's legal in Indiana, I'll be looking into a weed shop. Exactly. When it's legal in Texas, well, here's the thing. I know it's never going to happen in Texas. These palm colored people are too stupid to realize that there's more money in it. But whatever. Felicia says to Chuck, when her son said Wendy that was kind of funny to me when he said she wasn't a doctor. And they were like, she is a doctor. He's like, well, you're not that kind of. I knew what he meant. She's not a PhD. She's not a PhD. She's not an MD. I knew what he meant. But I thought it was cute nonetheless. Baby, your kids will tell you you ain't a doctor. Your kids will call you out. Chick-fil-A is conservative. Like, wait, Hobby Lobby is conservative too? Oh, Holly, what is that? I don't know what that is. Holly Hop. I don't know what that is. We don't have that here in Texas. It's legal here in Maryland. Yeah, so glad it's legal. I wish it was legal here in Texas. Now the interesting thing when I went out to DC last year, me and my cousins we went. Well, me and my cousin, her boyfriend, and one of her friends, we went to a distillery, right? And when we got there, they asked us, "Did we have a medical license?" And I was like, "Huh? Huh? A license? Ain't it legal here, sir? Go away." But we left. Wendy needs to stop allowing her children to stop talk to exactly. Okay, so they did mean Hobby Lobby. Yes, Hobby Lobby and Home Depot. Really did not know that they were that. Sweet Pea said, "Oh, and hey, Sweet Pea, you said I had my medical card for 4 years. You know what? That may be something that I have to do, but it wouldn't benefit me none to get a medical card because again, it's not legal here. It's not legal here. They don't sell it here. So for me, I have to buy mine online. Like if I buy some, I have to buy it from one of these companies that you see on the internet. Like there's a company called Mood that I buy from every blue moon, but I wish Texas would get on the bandwagon and just make it legal. It's stuff on the medical side that you can't get on the recreational side. Okay, that's news to me. Thank you for letting me know that. Because I was so confused when they asked me for my medical card they asked us if we had the medical cards last year. I was like, why? I just want to buy it. Like, it's legal here. It's not like, but moving on. You need a medical card to buy in Kentucky. Okay. That's again, my uber conservative state, they don't play that game, which is so stupid to me, but whatever. But yeah, that's it for Wendy. We'll talk a little bit more about Wendy as we get deeper into the episode because I want y'all's opinion on something. I know my opinion on it, but I want y'all's opinion. So we move on from Wendy, and the crazy part is this episode was heavily focused. This episode was heavily focused on fucking Giselle and fucking Ashley, the two people that I can't fucking stand. But whatever. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. You say I don't partake yet, but there's an online company called I can't pronounce that which ships. Yeah, I know it's quite a few of them that ships to all states, and I love that. I just wish I didn't have to do that. I wish there was somewhere I could go in, buy my stuff, come home, and do what I'm gonna do. But shout out to Eddie. So we were introduced to a new girl, and her name is Angel. So far with Angel, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about Angel because the thing with Angel, we found out that Angel knows, semi knows, kinda knows, don't know, ran in conjunction with Wendy. I was like, oh my God, if one more person comes on this damn show and they have some kind of imaginary issue with Wendy, I am going to scream. First, it was that girl, Aneka. Now it's Angel. And I don't dislike Angel. So Angel just moved back to the DMV area. She and her husband, what is her husband's name again? Bobby. They lived in Colorado and they moved back there after he retired from football. They got a beautiful family. My condolences to her because she said her mother passed away, and I know that feeling. So my condolences to her. But it was just the Wendy of it all that was kind of annoying me. And then Kiarna jumped on the bandwagon with her with this imaginary issue that I still don't fucking understand. But Kiarna, I got a problem with you because you're talking to Angel about this issue, but in the beginning of the episode, you were in the car with Wendy. So did you discuss this with Wendy in the car with her? Because if you didn't, then you can go straight to hell, Kiana. So, um, Angel and her husband, they have an outdoor business. Like, I think it's like for camping and all that kind of stuff. So far, I do like Angel. I just don't like this whole. I just hope that we're not getting another Aneka when it comes to having an imaginary issue with Wendy. Like, I just don't want that. Of course, you can't stand Ashley and Giselle, me either. These new girls weren't needed. Now, what I will say though is I do like Angel, and from first meeting Tia, I do kind of like Tia. Chuck says he kind of likes Angel. These two new people with no legitimate storylines, as usual, is Jizzy and Forehead. Right, the fact that one of them is coming through. Oh God, Angel is from another a reality franchise. Really? Oh, Angel from Married to Medicine. Yes, she's from Basketball Wives. Not this Angel, different Angel. And Kiana changed the story that she told Wendy. It wasn't the same that she told Angel. It wasn't. And I'm gonna keep it real with you, Chuck. I really wasn't listening to her when she was talking. Oh God, I wasn't expecting that name to pop up in my chat. Ooh, my God. Ooh, because I ain't even got to that part yet. Oh, Chuck, you. Oh, why was Sharice at that party? My God, today. Why was Sharice there? My God, Sharice and her Bob to build the shoulders. Mm. I want Bravo. I want Bravo and Truly as well as Potomac to stop trying to make Sharice happen. Sharice is not going to. Now, I know that there are people out there that like Sharice. I am not one of those people that like Sharice. I can't stand Sharice. Sharice is annoying. And the funny thing is about me and Sharice, we share a birthday. Sharice and I share a birthday. I don't know how and why. Sharice always needs a good bra and a good wig and a good. She needs a good bra, a good wig, a good stylist, shapewear, everything Sharice needs. But yeah, that's really all we got with Angel. So who do y'all want to go to next? Because actually, let's talk about Stacy. Let's get on Stacy. Stacy, girl, I be trying with you. But if y'all don't like Stacy, let me say it loud and clear. I don't give a damn. I like Stacy. Stacy is a liar, but Stacy is still my damn girl. I still fucks with Stacy. So Stacy is out on a date with her ex-husband, and I'm using air quotes because I don't even know that Stacy is divorced, but Stacy's out on a date. Now, what I will say is, I didn't know what to expect when it came to her husband, but baby, her husband is a good, her husband, ex-husband, he's a good-looking man, and I was slightly shocked. Look better than Ashley's creep that she was with. God. But yeah, Stacy's ex-husband, I can't pronounce. I forgot how she said his name, but he's a good-looking guy. I was like, oh. Also, Bobby is a handsome guy as well. Bobby is handsome. Okay, why is she like? Okay, why is she here? Why is Sharice here? Sharice looking looking like Manny Fresh. Oh my God. Also, the way Giselle talked about her own titties. Oh God, Chuck, you saying the stuff that I don't even want to think about. I didn't even put that shit in my notes when I literally did not even commit that to memory. Giselle talking about her titties. I thought she was gonna pop them things out when she was dancing around her bedroom. I did too, but I didn't want. I was gonna turn the TV quick and in a hurry. Stacy baby breath mints her cheek. I like Stacy. Stacy look good. Hey Yvette, I could do team. Okay, so his name is Timo. I think that's what she was saying. Here's the thing. I wonder if Stacy's breath smells like they really are. I wonder if they put 20 on 10. Because if Stacy's breath has been smelling for a while, y'all were cool with her at one point. Why y'all never tell that girl her breath stank? But whatever. But like I said, Stacy is my girl. I don't give a damn. Y'all can hate, y'all can throw tomatoes, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. Stacy is my girl, and I'm going to rock with Stacy because mm-mm. Stacy was giving me what I needed in this episode because I was here for Stacy 1000%. Especially what she said about Ashley later in the episode. I was like, Stacy, you are me and I am you. They said her breath was ranked last season. They did? Did I miss that? Did I miss them saying Stacy's breath stunk? But maybe I did. Maybe I did. And if I did, then shit, I did. But shit, why didn't they tell her? Is my whole thing. Tell the woman her breath was funky. Because I'm sorry, if you got bad breath, baby, you got bad breath. And that's just all I got to say on that situation. So what else? So Stacy said that she and her husband they went out. I can't believe it's been funky. They've been talking behind her back. They have. Stacy was racking them up last night, especially Ashley. But Stacy says that she and her husband they went on a Christmas holiday with each other with their daughter Arabella. Now that's something I didn't miss hearing was her daughter's name Arabella. But they went out. They went for Christmas with Arabella, and when they went for Christmas with Arabella, they found that they were divorced, and then they just found their way back to each other. I said, Stacy, girl, I think you're lying. Like a lot, I don't care who tell it, but you know what? Worse has been done on this show. I mean, let's just go down the line of people who've lied on this damn show about relationships. Giselle, if I'm remembering correctly, Giselle, didn't you lie season 6 and say that you were in a relationship with Jamal? Is Jamal coming? Ashley, you've lied about a relationship. Let's think. When was that relationship? Oh, that guy that from that other show, Summer House. You faked the relationship. Giselle, you faked the relationship. Oh yeah, it was that guy Jason from Summer House. You faked that relationship. Ashley, you faked the relationship. Oh yeah, it was that guy from last season that looked like whatever that whatever Wendy called him. You lied about that. Giselle, you faked another relationship. Oh yeah, it was that black guy from last season. So yeah, how many relationships have y'all faked? Oh, Mia faked a relationship with Ink, and y'all were cool with it at one point, but then last season you bitches flipped on her. Let's go. Let's keep going down the line of who all faked a relationship on this show, huh? Shall we? Shall we? Shall we? Tiffany, thank you for saying it. Let's not forget about the worst of them all. Robin, girl, you played in our faces for years about this whole marriage engagement to Juan, only to lie to us and tell us, not even tell us that he cheated on you in the off season or during the season. Like, let's not forget about all that shit. But yeah, Stacy's the bad guy. Stacy's the bad guy. Now I think Stacy lied about dating that gay man, but no contact ish that Jizzy and Ashley are talking about. I'm gonna get into that in a minute. Them constantly talking about Stacy's birth was a little juvenile. That was my thing. It was juvenile. Yep, Jizzy lied about that boy from Summer House. But what's so bad about Stacy? Jack Harlow. Don't forget about Robin. Robin married her lies, though. She did. She remarried her. Yep, she did remarry her lies. So I mean, and then for Asher to say you don't like liars. Let's see. You don't like liars, but I mean, you were friends with a woman who, for an entire year, was lying about what happened in an altercation that happened with her and Candace before the fucking show even aired. But you don't like liars. You were cool with Karen for years, but Karen has been a pathological liar since we first met Karen, season 1 of Potomac. Ashley, you're a liar. You've lied to us for years saying that you were getting a fucking divorce when it just became official for you. So, You don't like liars, Ashley. That's funny to me. But okay. Ashley doesn't like liars. Let's commit that to memory that Ashley Darby doesn't like liars. Your husband was a fucking liar. Your husband lied to you for years. But okay, you don't like liars. You don't like liars. That is comical, Ashley. Just gotta let you know that, beloved, that is very comical. Let's move on to this. Let's move on to Turkey Neck, aka Giselle, aka Saturn's rings. Don't want to talk about the heifer. I don't know why she still has her champagne flute, but unfortunately, this lady still has a champagne flute. Oh yes, let's get on Sheila and her wig. Huh? I was about to call her out of her name. I was about to call Sheila out of her name. I was really about to call Sheila out her name, but we're not going to call Sheila out her name. But yeah, Sheila's a liar. Uh, Crisis. I was embarrassed for Stacy the way they kept talking about her breath. I was too. Like, I get it. One time it's funny, but the damn keep going on. Like if the girl breath stink, like damn bitch, you want some gum? You want a mint? Something like that, right? Because I've asked people when people say, "Do you want?" When people have gum and they be chewing it and they say, "Do you want some gum?" I'm like, "Do my breath stink?" They're like, "No, I'm just asking you want some gum." I'm like, "Oh no, I don't chew gum. Like I don't do gum. I don't chew gum. That's one thing that I don't do." But yeah, they could have at least offered us some gum, some a mint or something. So Giselle, also to you and Ashley, for y'all to sit here. First of all, Ashley, what the fuck was that wig that you were wearing when you went to Giselle's house? My God, that wig was horrible. I ain't never, well, yes, I saw an ugly wig before, but that wig was terrible. That wig was terrible. I want to mention something, but I'm gonna hold off on it because it's literally pertaining to Ashley, and I don't want to get too deep into her until we get to her segment. So them making light of Karen going to jail. I want Giselle talking about she wants her to be in with the senior citizens, the AARP and all that kind of stuff. I was like, really, girl? It's only 72 hours since she was had to go to prison. Had to go to prison, but okay, whatever. So then Ashley starts talking about TJ and Stacy, right? Now, what I will say to you guys is I don't believe shit that Giselle and Ashley are saying when it comes to this whole TJ thing. The fact that TJ supposedly is suing Stacy and Stacy was supposed to give him half of her RHOP checks, I don't buy that. Because let's be real about why I don't believe that. You guys remember after the part 3 of the reunion, TJ did come out and say that the next day he was going to release the receipts of Stacy allegedly paying him, or was that the week? I'm trying to remember this exactly because he did mention it, and it was after part 3 of the reunion, but it was closer towards Atlanta premiering, and and to this day, if I'm not mistaken, he still ain't produced them damn receipts that Stacy was paying him, but he's supposedly suing her. Okay, bye Stacy. Not bye Stacy. Bye TJ. Go on, girl. We don't care. Aren't Kern and Jeezy close in age? They absolutely are. Because what Giselle is in her late 50s, TJ still ain't showed them receipts. Exactly. TJ was full of shit. Now what I will say is I do believe that there was like a quid pro quo for them. I do believe that him coming on the show was supposed to probably help his acting career, but good luck with that one, bro, man. Because I don't care and don't want to see you. So then they start questioning Stacy in this particular moment, and I'm like, why are y'all questioning her? It's not making any, the math ain't mathing to me, and I don't understand what's going on here. Like, why are y'all questioning Stacy? Chuck, I'm gonna hope that that's a joke. Oh God, I hope that's a joke. I know it is, but I'm hoping it's a real joke that he's not really doing. That he's not that big word. Oh God, because if he is that big word, then he's a damn. Ooh, hell no. But TJ is turning tricks at a MAGA convention. I mean, he will be amongst his good sisters. Damn it, I didn't mean to shade TJ like that, did I? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Um, So they're coming hard at Stacy at this particular moment. I'm like, for what? And then Kiarna, baby girl, you're proving to me that you don't have a storyline because then you gonna sit there and ask Stacy like you questioning Stacy, and I'm like, why are you questioning Stacy? Because you then flipped it and said, well, you weren't trying to get on this show. And I love the fact that Stacy read her and said, Kiarna, I've been on TV. Maybe this is triggering for you. I said, oh, come on, Stacy with the reads. Come on, Stacy. Also, Ashley, you thought it was cute for you to whisper under your breath Thomas Jefferson's concubine. I knew you were itching I knew the minute that video came out and Karen referred to herself as Thomas Jefferson's concubine that you were going to be flipping, you were going to be itching at the bits to mention that. But I thought you were gonna be big enough to say it to Karen's face and not behind her back. But okay, I shouldn't expect anything less of Ashley Darby. Now, Stacy is talking about how devastating this stuff was for her with TJ. I said, Stacy, you know what? If there was an Academy Award for reality TV show, you would be a contender for it because, girl, you are really putting on a performance. Because I wasn't buying it, but it was a good performance nonetheless. So she apologized to Wendy for not believing her at the reunion, and this is when Kiana was. They were like, she was like, I didn't need him to be on the show. I do believe Stacey. She didn't need him to be on the show, and then even if she had been trying to get on the show for years, okay, what does that mean to you, Kiana? Y'all came on the same season together, and Stacy already had her flute. Your flute, you got it last minute. Just let that be known again. You got your flute last season, last minute. Stacy's flute was already secured last season, not yours. Just letting that be known, beloved. Kern needs to trademark concubine. Oh my God, she should. Kiana is looking for drama with Wendy and Stacy. Don't know why they brought Kiana back. After this first episode, I am kind of looking at Kiana and I am kind of wondering why is she back, but she's back nonetheless. So again, Stacy was windmilling and knocking bitches out left and right. And I'm not calling them bitches. I'm just saying bitches in general, you guys. So don't get offended about me saying bitches. But she was like, she's so hurt. And we've all been hurt by men before. And Giselle was about to say something. She's like, and you haven't been hurt by a man before, Giselle? I said, she clocked the hell out of Giselle, and Giselle couldn't say shit. I was like, come on, Stacy. This is why I go up for Stacy. Because yes, she's a liar. But Stacy is entertaining to me. And I just love it, right? So then Giselle mentions that I think I talked about it before, but Giselle mentioned an actress that so she and Ashley went to something for the was it the NAACP? They went somewhere, right? And so according to them, they saw this lawsuit that we still ain't heard nothing about because back. This was filmed back in March. We're in October. Where is that lawsuit at today? Where is that lawsuit at today's date? Oh, it was Essence. Okay. Like, where is that lawsuit at today? Shut up, Cajun. Yes, I'm definitely giving Kay the side eye. Bravo brought her back to avoid a lawsuit because of because of Grover's wife hitting her with the glass. Cajun, when do y'all ever see me on a live? When do y'all ever see me on a live? If it's not a panel. Cajun, don't get put in timeout today. Please don't. Please don't. Y'all know to ignore Cajun, right? Just letting it be known. So, yeah, so this person is again, Allegedly, Stacey was supposed to give 50% of her Potomac check to TJ. I don't buy that shit. And also, if this were a real lawsuit, Bravo would have showed it on the screen. It ain't real. I think that these two are pulling shit out of their ass. Um, them two are always bringing BS every season about someone because they don't have nothing going on. Exactly what is going on with these two. And also, I will say, I don't give a damn, a fuck, or a shit about Giselle being an empty nester. Couldn't be bothered to give a fuck. I was really irritated that they were showing her talking about her titties. I was like, oh my sweet Jesus, please do not show her. Don't now. Let me say this. Although I don't like Giselle, she is a beautiful woman, but I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Uh, Cajun, don't start. You saying he's being mean to me because he couldn't, we couldn't hold hands while Cajun, go somewhere, go somewhere. Ashley and Giselle need to be replaced because they constantly bring nothing. Now that Cajun, I agree with. That I agree with. I still don't understand why Ashley is back. I would take fucking Giselle over Ashley. I really wouldn't. I'm just lying. But I would take Giselle over Ashley. Ashley's flute has been empty for seasons at this point. Ashley's champagne flute ain't got no champagne in it. Like let's take whatever little drop of champagne Ashley got in her flute and just throw it on the ground and break her champagne flute. Let's just break her flute at this point. Because I don't get why that big bulbous head woman is back. Speaking of Ashley, so Ashley then called Giselle. So she's having a second annual event where we never had a first annual, but I was like, okay, whatever. So Giselle told Ashley she's bringing her friend Tia. So then Ashley told her about this meeting that she had with Stacey, which we'll talk about that in a minute. Because, bitch, when I tell you, Stacey was whacking her in the scene and in her interview, but especially in that interview. And she said something that I was thinking, like, girl, you Googling me, but you need to Google a vocal coach. The way you have butchered Roberta Flack's Killing Me Softly, Ashley, you should be sued. You should be beat up. Like, the disrespect for Roberta Flack and the disrespect to the people who booked that big head bitch. Because why? No. Hell, I take Robin back over Trash. Oh God. Would I take Robin over mm, mm, maybe. Slightly. Why does everyone run to try to be Giselle's bestie? They need to get off my girl Stacey. They do. They do. So let's get on to this big head heifer. Since this episode, we had a party with her, which again, she said it's the second annual, but girl, when was the first? When was the first, Ashley? Like inquiring minds one. Let me also say this loudly. I don't really care when the first annual was because we didn't see it, so I'm glad we didn't see it. But she's having a second annual event, and again, I couldn't be bothered to give one iota of a fuck. So Ashley lets us know that she is officially divorced. I'm gonna ask this question: did anybody care that Ashley was divorced? Because I know I'm raising my hand and saying that I didn't care that Ashley was divorced. But did anybody give a damn that Ashley was divorced? Anybody? Anybody care that Ashley Darby is divorced? Ashley should have been run out of the music business for what she did to Roberta. She should have been. She should have been stoned. I can't stand Ashley. The hells no. Did she sing "Healing and Thriving" at the party? If she sang, I wasn't paying no attention to it. I mute anytime Ashley gets ready to utter a word that's a song, baby, I would mute it. I didn't even hear her last season when she sang "Healing and Thriving." I didn't hear it because I muted it. Because when I saw that she was getting ready to sing, I said, "Oh, yeah, I'd rather do anything else beside hear Ashley sing." It's just gonna be a no. She has never entered the music business. That one I can agree on. Mm. But I want her to, I'm so glad that she is no longer singing a Roberta Flack song. Mm. Rest in peace to Roberta Flack. And Roberta, girl, I apologize to you that they let that big head heifer sing your damn songs. I apologize to you. That was disrespectful to your memory and my ears to even get on Instagram and see that heifer singing your songs. I apologize to you, Roberta. Rest in peace, and we apologize on behalf of Ashley and the venues that booked her. The fuck? The fuck? I'm not checking for, oh my God, that bed winter's divorce. Y'all are dragging Ashley, but I'm here for it. Corey says, I hate Ashley with a passion. Not you hate Ashley with a passion. But I can't stand Ashley. I can't tolerate her. And it's because of her creep of an ex-husband. Didn't care about the divorce, but they didn't break down the settlement. They didn't. And I saw a lot of people on Twitter talking about Ashley got $20 million. I hate to break it to y'all. Ashley didn't get $20 million. If y'all go back and read that headline, it says Ashley and Michael settled on his estimated 20 million net worth. Not that she got $20 million. It was his net worth. And y'all know net worth doesn't necessarily mean cash in the bank, right? That could be properties, that could be stocks and things of that nature. So Ashley didn't make out with $20 million. The same way some of y'all was thinking that Ashley was gonna make out with money from the divorce when that help had to come back and tell y'all. Remember, she signed she signed the prenup, then they redid that thing. Ashley got nothing. That's why she stalled that fucking divorce, because she knew that. And also, Ashley, while you're over there Googling Stacy's marriage and if she's divorced or not, what you need to be Googling is, how do I pay for a house that I can't afford without my ex-husband's money? That's what you need to be Googling. Because I never forget anything when it comes to you, that you can't afford that fucking house that you live in. Michael is the reason that you got that house. So Google how to pay for that house, so that you and Sheila are not back up under the bridge under with her tent. Since you've always talked about, and I'm gonna bring this up real quick too. Since you've always talked about Candace's mother's house, at least Candace's mother could pass down a house to her. Only thing Sheila can pass down to you are her terrible wigs and that raggedy ass tent that heifer once lived up under the bridge. That's all Sheila can do for you. So worry about that stuff, Ashley. Worry about how to pay for that fucking house that you can't afford, again, so that way you and Sheila are not living under a bridge within a tent. That's what you should worry about. How about that, Ashley? Worry about that, and less about Stacy. At least Stacy's husband got money. At least Stacy got money. So Stacy's not living off of a decrepit old ass bastard that, gave her 2 kids just to shut her up. How about that, Ashley? Ashley ain't get shit but that house and some child support, and probably barely child support. Those counters, oh God, those counter standing boys. Oh God. What does Erica call those boys? I forget what Erica calls Erica De Niro. What the fuck does she call them boys? I forget it. And I Cajun, you say not too much on Miss Sheila. I drag Sheila over here. Sheila gets drug. Candace's mom's house was worth a few million. Exactly. Siri, play Under the Bridge by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Ashley got short custody and child support. I'm not talking to you. Oh God. Actually, I was talking to you. My bad, Siri. And she actually heard that, and she's actually playing it, you guys. Yes, JB. And Candace still in her lovely home without RHOP. Exactly. That's the real reason why that's the real gag why Ashley can't leave this show. She can't afford that house. Let's be real, Ashley. You can't afford that fucking house. But whatever. So yeah, if anybody likes Ashley Darby, I hate to tell you, I don't like Ashley Darby. I hate to tell you, but I drag Ashley Darby every season. So yeah, Ashley always get drugged. Ashley's always going to get drugged by me forever until she's no longer on this show. But yeah, worry about that, Ashley. Worry about paying for that house that you can't afford. Because I did not forget that you can't afford that house, beloved. You can't afford it without Michael Darby. And that's really sad to say. That's really sad to say that you can't afford that house without that man. Oh yeah, you know what, Chuck? I really do hope those boys one day evict their mother from the house because it'll just be karma for the things that you've always said to Candace. Because even at what reunion was that where you tried to talk about that house? I think it was a season 8 reunion. Fuck Ashley. That's all I gotta say is fuck Ashley Darby. Oh, why is she back? Oh God. Mm, 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 mm. So Ashley been living outside of her money. Ash living way outside of her money forever and always. So after that, I just drug Ash and I forgot where I was at, but I don't care because it's always gonna. I'm always speaking of Ashley. Why is she dressed in her interviews like she's going to a glamour shoot? If the first 2 interviews that I saw of Ashley, girl, you look like you are dressed for a glamour shoot in the mall. Just a fucking mess. You said y'all says those boys paying for the house. They are. Mm-mm-mm. So again, Ashley keeps bringing up this damn alleged lawsuit, but Stacey had me screaming when that woman said, "Ashley, do you want to hear the truth? I've forgiven TJ." I said, "Oh my god!" But you know what? I'm here for Stacey because she told Ashley she's in a new space. And she said she's not going to rehash this and go back and forth about this imaginary friend and this imaginary lawsuit. This lawsuit is imaginary. Now, the friend, I kept trying to rewind it to see if I could read lips, but they blurred it out. So I was like, damn it. Because I want to know who this friend was. I wanted to know who this friend was. Now, I know that I was just on Twitter before I came on here, and I saw somebody had posted a clip of last season when Shanola from what's that show that was just canceled on NBC? Found. Shanola is friends with Shanola Hampton. She's friends with TJ, but again, I didn't see the lips. I didn't see what Ashley said. So I couldn't be for sure if it was Shanola Hampton, but I hope it ain't Shanola, because girl, you are a real actress. Don't get involved with this shit. Oh, back to the beginning. Where was Ray when Karen was released? He wasn't in the SUV with. He wasn't. Child, I didn't know that. Y'all know Ray old ass probably somewhere sitting down trying to get him some rest. Yes, I did see that. People are saying it's the lady from Found. I just don't. I hope she ain't get involved in this because girl, you are a bona fide established actress. Not saying TJ is not an established actor. He is because we saw people found him from his day on days on Sister Sister. But you are a leading actress. TJ is not a leading actor at this particular point. But okay, whatever. Um, Ray was probably home waiting for. He probably was. It sounded like he was in a truck with Karen. The windows were blacked out. I'm still mad that Found was canceled. Yet we got a damn The Office spinoff that no one wants or asked for. Now I will be honest and say I never watched Found, so I can't really say that I'm outraged like you are, Cajun, because I never watched the show. But I did hear the show was good. So I really hate that a show with a black lead was canceled. Same with the show with Queen Latifah, the Equalizer. Like I hate they canceled even the show with Dwayne's. Dwayne's. I hate that they are doing that. I hate that they're doing that. Like the black leading shows are getting canceled. Yeah, V Spencer, I never watched either, but I heard positive. I definitely heard positive things. Tiffany Love Found too. So yeah, I mean, I heard it was a good show. I never watched the show. Yeah, I know the Equalizer had been on for a minute, but it was just kind of, you know, let's be real. Uh, I know these are different networks, but shit, Grey's Anatomy has been on for 20 plus years. Like, but y'all know what I'm saying. They showed the interior of the SUV when Karen asked for a tissue. They did show that, but I mean, y'all know again. Y'all know Ray is old. Y'all know Ray is old. Cajun said it had me hooked. They canceled that, but Tim Allen keeps popping up with new shows playing the same damn character. I'm not gonna disagree with you because I haven't watched. So Tim Allen had Home Improvement. Then he had another show on ABC that got canceled. Now he has another show on ABC that is currently running. So you're right, Cajun. You're right about that. I gotta give it to you. So Ashley said that she asked Stacy was she divorced, right? Because she couldn't find Stacy's divorce. And Stacey said, you're one busy mama. And then in her interview, that's when she said Ashley should be Googling a vocal coach. And that's when they played and showed, well, they didn't play it, but they showed them headlines and people on social media going off on Ashley because she was butchering Roberta Flack. NBC always abandons great shows. Shades of Blue with J Lo and Ray Liotta, rest in peace, was cut to some. I never watched it, but but I agree with you about NBC. 10 more days until Really Beast Tribe's favorite show, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, comes back on. I watched the episode of that show because Big Brother went off one night and that show happened to be on. It was actually funny. I wasn't expecting it to be funny. I wasn't expecting that show to be funny, but it was a cute little show. I might watch it. Equalizer was good. Shades of Blue was a very good show. Okay. Y'all tell me how many seasons it had, because I may actually go back. I may go back and watch it, just like I may go back and watch Found, just to see what it was about. Gage says we all love that show on the Tribe, especially Really Be okay. I am going to check out Georgie and Mandy's first wedding. So I already talked about Ashley saying that she doesn't like liars, which that's a lie in itself, but whatever. I'm watching throwback episodes of Grace Under Fire. Okay, Shades of Blue was either 2 or 3 seasons. Okay, cool. Now I'm not a binger, but I do want to go back and I might go back and watch some of these shows. So then we get to Ashley's first, last, and second annual party. What was that dress she had on? It was ugly. The best looking person was Wendy. Also, Kiana, I want to talk about you real quick. Your interview look. What in the Queen of the Night is this? What in the Queen of the Night is that ugly ass outfit? I was like, oh God, burn it, destroy it. So we met Tia. So Tia is from London and she's part of the royal family. Now, did she say where in Africa? I know she said Africa, but I don't know if she said where. And if she did, I wasn't listening. No shade. So Sharice was at this fucking party. I said, oh my God, why is Sharice here? Who asked for Sharice? Who asked for Sharice to be? And I know Sharice is gonna make appearances here and there this season. I don't like that. I don't like that because I don't like Sharice. My God, today why is Sharice here? Ashley and Giselle's job is to produce. I'll give you that with Giselle, but Ashley's job Ashley is what Whitney is to Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. They don't have ish going on. So the directive is to attack Stacey and play puppet master until Karen returns. I agree. Okay, Nigeria. Okay, thank y'all. Sharice pulled out Sharice pulled out her wig from season 1, episode 1 to commemorate the occasion. Because that wig was atrocious. I was looking at that wig. I was like, oh my God, Sharice. Did you not get any money in your divorce like Ashley? Okay. Chuck says, I think she's Nigerian, so I immediately, oh my God. Not you immediately thought scammer. I'm done with y'all. I am done with y'all. I'm done with y'all. That wig pissed me off. It's 2025. Now, V, let's be for real. Who are we talking about again? Charisse. When has Charisse ever, in the history, in the 10 years of this show, when has Charisse ever showed up with a good looking wig? Even when Charisse came back as a friend of season, so we're season 10. So she wasn't there season 9, and she wasn't there, was it season 8? Season 8 or 7. When has Charisse ever had a fucking good wig? When has Charisse ever shown up with a decent looking wig? Season 8, you said it because I thought it was season 8. When have we ever in the 10 years of Potomac, when have we ever saw Charisse with a good looking wig? When have we ever saw Charisse in a nice looking outfit that flatters her body? We ain't never saw none of that shit with Charisse. So V, I know it's 2025, but why do we expect anything other than the bottom of the barrel when it comes to Charisse? That is part of the reason why I couldn't stand season 1 so much, because the wigs were so god awful. Giselle's wigs still stay bad. Oh, please don't say you be. I ain't never rooting for Charisse. I know Charisse ain't gonna never give me nothing but E Ortiz with a droopy face. Now she say, no, I don't care. I don't care. I'm not hearing it. Didn't Charisse have a yard sale? Maybe all her Chuck, what good wigs? Maybe all her good wigs were bought up. What good wigs? And if she ever had a good wig, she ain't never wore it on this show. She ain't never wore it on this show. Hell, even Karen, who's had terrible wigs, and even when they go on vacation, Karen has fucked up wigs. But in her interviews, baby, interviews and at an event, Karen's gonna make sure she has a damn good laid wig. I'm just upset about it. I be rooting for her. I ain't never rooting for Charisse. I don't know. I don't know why she wears that wig. She doesn't even try to improve her looks. She must love it. She must. And that, oh God, that phony accent. The ones she didn't wear, well, shit, she should have. That estate sale, she should find that person and ask for every wig back. But why? But again, I'm gonna ask the question: why is Charisse here? Did y'all ask for Charisse? I have one subscriber that I know that goes up for Charisse and Robin. Phil, whenever you come through, I know Charisse and Robin are your girls. Why? I the fuck don't know. But neither here nor there. So then we get to Kiana. Now, Kiana, like I said earlier in the live, I don't remember the conversation that you had with Angel about this whole Wendy thing, but I know what you're saying to Wendy, and it doesn't make any logical sense to me. So you also to UK, Wendy and Giselle were having a conversation with each other. You came up and inserted yourself in the conversation. So you got mad that Wendy didn't really address you. Okay, like you came up where they were. Say, hey, what y'all talking about? Da 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 da. You didn't do that. So okay, I want you to go away from me with this shit. So then we get into this stupid ass story about this event, this event that they were at. So Wendy was a speaker at an event. Kiana was sponsoring the event. She gets to the event and she sees Wendy. Wendy didn't stop her speaking engagement to wave at Kay. And so Kay feels a way about that. Girl, if the lady is fucking speaking, you think she gonna say, oh, hey Kiana, what's up, girl? How you doing? That is so unprofessional. Like, and then she said she didn't want to take away from your moment. What are we arguing about, Kiana? I didn't get it. And then the episode ended with Ashley and Stacy going back and forth with each other. The shit was funny. And then when they were talking about her breath and the fact that Stacy bent over in Ashley's face and said, "Do my breath stink?" Now if her breath did stink, I would have slapped Stacy. I'd be like, "Girl, if you don't get the fuck back." But it was funny to me. And Ashley is not ready for Stacy. I can say that. Chuck says Sharice wasn't on my bingo card. Hell, mine either. I don't mind Sharice. I can take her over football head Ashley. Yeah, maybe, maybe not. You know what? I can take. I can't take Sharice over Ashley. All Sharice gonna do is be pretentious. That's it. But she don't dress pretentious. She don't give pretentious, but she wants to personify that, which I don't know why. I'm going to need more context and backstory before I say Kiana isn't tripping. But again, V, it's I get what you're saying, but the problem is if Wendy is at a speaking engagement, like let's just put it in perspective. Like let's say me and you, right? Let's say you at a speaking engagement, and I'm talking to you, and I told you, oh yeah, girl, I'm sponsoring this, and you don't want to take away my moment. I would appreciate that. And then I get there and I see you speaking. I'm not gonna be like, oh, V didn't speak to me when she was on stage. Now, if Wendy didn't acknowledge her at all, then I would understand it. But that's not what she said. It's the fact that she didn't speak when she came in and the woman was up there speaking. Like that's so weird to me. Kay was weird this episode, in my opinion. I agree. As I said before, do better, Kiana. If Kiana sponsored the event, why didn't you know Wendy was a speaker? That is another good question too. Yeah, I would have pushed Stacy. I'm sorry. I definitely would have pushed Stacy away from me. Sounds like she wanted Wendy to tell her ahead of time to let her know she would be a speaker at the event, but that's dumb too. I was about to say, I'm glad you said that at the end, Cajun, because I'm about to say that sounds dumb too, but I think that's what she wanted. I really like AJ Stacy's friend. I do too. Stacy was handling herself all episode in person and in confessional. She was eating Ashley up. Kay is doing too much. I agree. Oh, you say no, I agree, typo. Okay, okay, cool. So Stacy was wrong, but I was cracking up when she was when she was blowing in Ashley's face. That shit was funny to me. But again, I would have pushed Stacy, but the shit was hilarious to me. What up, D? He said, oop. Folks say that Cherie stays giving us sweat, bloat, bad wigs, and not much else. You know what? I can't even argue with that. That's the type of behavior that Ashley wants, so Stacy gave it to her, and it is. And Ashley can't handle it. Oh, and also the one thing that I also forgot to mention about Stacy is the fact that Stacy walked out of Giselle's house and got her car and said, I can't be friends with these bitches." I cracked up laughing at that shit. Then when her and Ashley was at that store and she walked out on Ashley, I was like, "Come on, Stacy, walk out on their ass, walk out on their asses," because that'll probably end the scene, especially if the scene is for you to film together. That's gonna end the scene right there for you. But I was here for it. But overall, you guys, season 10 premiere episode 1, it was a good episode. I was here for every bit of it, minus the heavy emphasis on this big head heifer right here and her friend with the rings around her neck, Saturn's rings, aka Giselle. Other than them two, I was here for it. I was here for it. Besides those two heifers, but with Angel, I'm not going to write Angel off right away. I'm going to give Angel a few episodes. If Angel comes in cool, then we will see how Angel will. The jury's out on Angel. I don't dislike Angel. I'm just kind of confused about this whole Angel thing. And I'm just like, please don't make this another thing of like Aneka, where we have an issue with Wendy for no fucking reason. Because you said it yourself, y'all weren't in school when Wendy graduated. You were a freshman, so it's nothing there, ma'am. But yeah, you guys, that's the episode. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comment section, and I will catch you guys. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do for SLC tomorrow. If I'm gonna do it live tomorrow night, or if I'm gonna wait until Wednesday sometime for SLC. But either way, go y'all still getting SLC, no doubt about that. D says, I don't dislike Kiana, but this whole Wendy situation is given. I need to keep my check and my flute. Wendy, give me a storyline, please. That's exactly what it gave. But then I saw her on live. I guess she was on live and somebody snipped it and she was like, it wasn't for story. She already had a storyline. Girl, where is it? Is it in the room with us? Is the storyline in the room with us? Because I hope it ain't Greg. Because if it's Greg, you need to work on that one. But that's it, you guys. Like I said, I'm gonna get off of here. Also, you guys, do me a big, huge favor. I don't know whose channel the panel is on for RHOP for the Whether You Like It or Not panel, but y'all go support my people. Go support my people for the Whether You Like It or Not Potomac edition of the panel. They are going live tonight. Let me see if it's on Scotty's channel. Let me go see who, because I know they've all posted it, but let me see whose channel. I'm pretty positive it's Scotty, or I might be wrong. Yep, it's on Scotty's channel tonight. So yeah, go over there tonight for the Whether You Like It or Not panel on Scotty's channel. And so the panel for Miami this week will be on my channel. And we're doing 2 episodes. So we're doing the finale of Miami. My God, today I'm not happy about that. But we're doing the finale of Miami as well as part 1 of the reunion. Cajun says, we know editing is terrible. So yeah, I agree. Bravo doing a lot. I did see that a live watch party is 6. I plan to be in the comments. I do too. Kiana has her new business to feature. She should have featured it in this fucking episode instead of fucking Wendy. Okay, y'all all telling me, yeah, it's on Scotty's channel. It's on Scotty's channel. So yeah, y'all go over to Scotty's channel tonight for the Whether You Like It or Not panel. And then, like I said, be sure to join us on Thursday back over here for Miami. And again, Miami is going to be 2 episodes. We're going to try to keep that as short as we can because I don't believe that shit. I saw the clips of Julia. I don't believe that line helped them. That's all I got to say for right now. But yeah, you guys, thank you guys so much for joining me this afternoon for Cajun. Don't go there. Yeah, because y'all know everybody else is late except for Ya. If the panel ain't on Ya's panel, if the panel is not on Ya's channel, y'all know they're gonna be late. I love my peoples, but y'all know that they're gonna be late if it's not on Ya's channel. And when it comes to our version of the panel, y'all know when it comes to me and Ya, we are the 2 that's on time. Everybody else is late. Just saying. Love my people. I love my peoples. Love my people down. See, Chuck, I don't believe it. And I'll tell you guys, I'll get into it more on Thursday why I don't believe it. Because if it is true, then it speaks more towards Julia than it does towards Adriana. But I'll talk about, we will definitely, like I said, we'll get into it on Thursday. And I'm thinking for us, we'll go live. Okay, you want to talk about me, Cajun? Good. Yeah, with them, y'all know it's gonna start late. I love my peoples down, but they're gonna be late. They're gonna be late. And it's shut up, JB, because I'm about to say who it typically is, but I'm pretty sure y'all know who. I'm pretty sure y'all know who be late. But I love them nonetheless. But yeah, you guys. So yeah, let me get off of here. I gotta wrap up the last 20 minutes of work, and then I'm if y'all, I don't think anybody want. No, it don't be tea. It don't be tea. It don't be tea. I know 2 people. I know 2 people that be late because I've worked with them. Well, I've worked with all of them, but I know 2 people in particular who be late, and I love them, down, but they be late. They be late. It ain't who y'all keep saying names, but who is Lester Cajun? Oh, Busy. Are you causing? See, here you go with these names. Here you go with these names, Cajun. This why everybody calls you a troll. Ocean Dreamer, you say we know who be late. Yeah. Not T. T is always having trade to get out. Mildred is late too. Oh, T is Lester. Okay. I can't do nothing but laugh at Chuck. You know what? I'm gonna have to talk to them again because if y'all take this to them, be like JB was talking about y'all. No, I'm. Oh shit, that's but they know. But yeah, you guys, that's I'm glad Cajun don't know my government name. Cajun not he don't do Mildred be blaming everyone else. Y'all know my sis. Y'all know my sis. But yeah, you guys, that's it. Like I said, I'm hop off of here. And again, so the next thing that I got coming up is if anybody watches Baddies, it's over. Thank God it's over. So I got to do my review, put that up, and then I'm gonna catch you guys. I'm gonna catch you guys for Salt Lake City. Like I said, I don't know what time I'm gonna go live for Salt Lake City. We're just gonna play it by ear. But yeah, that's it. Thank y'all for joining me once again. As always, you guys do me a solid favor. Stay safe, you guys. Take care of yourselves, especially in this crazy world that we living in. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Be blessed. And I'm gonna see you guys later. Uh, yeah. Again, if it the one person I can tell you is never late, it's y'all. That is somebody that I can tell you is always on time. Even he even beats me to my live sometimes. Like when I host a panel, he beats me. But it is what it is. Catch you guys later. Bye, y'all.